Good morning, good morning, good morning. Look, I got lost in the reverie of this song. I hadn't heard it in a while. Thank you all for joining me this morning. Uh, Tebe Forever 17, thank you for becoming a member. Membership is always appreciated. Another member, Miss Queenie, it is good to see you. Madison W., thank you for being here. Hello, BJ. I appreciate all of your support, your membership. Uh, I appreciate all of you who are here this morning. Yatanya Jones. Grand rising to you as well. And I hope you guys hit the like button and maybe take the poll. So, pretty big woman. Good morning. Good morning, Ronnie Hugh and the chat. Hello to everyone, and glad to join you today, as I am glad to have you as well. So, um, what do you guys want to talk about? I, just tell me, what do you guys want to talk about? I'm taking requests. I'm taking requests right now. What do you guys? What uh, topic do you guys want to hear my opinion on or delve into? What do you guys want to talk about this morning? No comments. No one's writing. I wait. King Shi. Lord. Listen, you know, I have a thing where I like to hear everything that's going on, and I did not watch all of Buddy Lee's show. I may saw oh, less 10 minutes or less of Buddy Lee's show because I don't like to go into chats where they have that you can't red ball it back. So you can't get anything into context. When I went over there, it was like, what Buddy Lee? Are we still gonna be friends? Buddy Lee, are we still gonna talk? Number one hate watcher is in the building. Hello, soul sister number one. So I don't know a lot that went on. I had saw in Lipstick Alley that she had just got smutted out over there. So I went over to see what had happened, but I was unable to red ball. So she was then at the point where she that what was her Sweetest Brown was up there. It's like saying like, "Girl, I don't understand you. What are you up here doing? Like, you know." You trying to what are you doing? And then she just ignored Sweetest Brown and she started, Buddy Lee, so what are we gonna do? We've heard this same verbiage with Lemon. With Lemon, are we still gonna be friends? Okay, wash, rinse, repeat with a dumb dirty bitch. Okay, so the water was very murky, and then Sweetest Brown was like, hold up, you mean you trying to talk to Buddy Lee? And she was like, Buddy Lee, just ignoring her, just sounding more and more ignorant. Uh, okay. Oh, he told her, oh, thank you. So I didn't get to rewind it because I had to go to bed. He told her not to come back to his chat or panel, but she didn't leave. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So I heard he smutted her out. So when I went over there, she was still on the panel asking, "Are we going to be friends?" And what are we going to do? Was this before or after? Or did once he told her not to come back to his panel, did she leave or did she stay? That's what I want to know, King Shi. Grand Rising, Bernice. I need to know this because I'm telling you what I saw, and this was after she was allegedly smutted out. But some people have such low self esteem that they feel that being smutted out is apropos to who they are. He played her, and she didn't know it. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. He played her and she didn't know it. So she continues to talk about how old she is and her age and all of this. So how did he play her and she didn't know it? Hit the link, please. I need you to explain this to me because, girl, I am perplexed. How does somebody tell you to get off his panel and don't come back, and you not realize you got played and don't realize it? We may have to have a conversation, a one-on-one conversation, if you're able to hit the link, Soul Sister number one. I would like to understand this better. What's wrong with her? She acts needy. Exactly. Okay. Okay. Soul Sister number one is going to help me understand exactly what happened over there. Let me make sure this is Soul Sister number one. Soul Sister number one,
It's
I
me.
don't
Can you
hear.
hear me?
I hear you now. Okay.
Okay, great.
Can can you explain to me? See, because I went over there and
It
Sweetest
was
Brown was
horrible,
up
right?
there. Tell me.
It was so horrible. I mean, oh boy. I mean, in the beginning when they were talking and stuff, and this is before anybody got on the panel, um, he was just, asking her these questions and showing the video of her on Lemon, doing the bottle thing.
I haven't
And
seen
he,
that yet. I heard
uh,
about it. I refuse to. I refuse to go look at it. I refuse to watch clips because. Okay, go ahead.
as he was showing these videos things, he was acting like she his woman, right? And so he's playing with her like, well, what else did you do while not waiting for me? Kind of an attitude. And she's just not catching on that he's playing her. And he's still playing the video. And the video itself was awful, right? And so somebody must have said in a chat that she was bobbing her head. And so he said, you was bobbing your head? Maybe I should see that part. And so he showed that part where she looked like she was going up and down with her head, right?
Oh my God!
And
You,
so he
you
said,
got
"But
to be kidding me! You
I
got to be
thought you
kidding
were
me!
my woman."
And then what
I
she
mean,
say?
he played her so bad. It was so horrible. It was like watching a movie, right? And so the last time I remember that she said that they spoke was last Friday. So she hadn't seen him since then or talked to him since then. And it was no, I'm your woman last Friday, right? But he making her think since she went to Lemon, you were my woman, and you did what over where? And she was like, but no, you're not understanding. It's just you're not getting it. It was just for fun. They showed the video that he said that don't look like fun.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. That's just for fun. So she is. It's my understanding that she went into this. Somebody said it was a 2 liter, Coke. I cannot believe she. Somebody, I don't know if it's true or not because I'm telling you, I did not see it. Well, okay, so somebody. This is how I got how it went down because Dragons was on the panel and Dragons had a beer bottle and then Dragon started going down on the beer bottle. And then she went up Dragons and got a 2 liter Coke bottle and started doing the same. That's what I heard. I'm asking. I'm
I didn't
asking.
see. I didn't see that part of the lemons. I just caught the video that Buddy Lee showed, and that itself was horrible. I didn't need to see anything else,
But
but
what type of bottle was she
I
going
don't know
down?
what type of bottle. I know he said something about the cap was loose, and she was trying to explain that she was trying to get the cap doing something, and oh, it was horrible. I mean,
Now,
he sound like he was
somebody
so
somebody
sincere.
somebody in the, oh, so he was definitely trolling, I'm sure. I mean, who could take her seriously? So somebody in the chat said Krista said she sucked the cap off. She should have choked on that motherfucker.
That's what he asked her. If she sucked the cap off.
Hey, Queen Diva, shaking mine too. Okay, so now, were you there when he told her to never come back to his chat again, or was he just being joking in that moment? Like, you're supposed to
No,
be my girl.
no, no. By the time he finished playing the video, Lolo came on stage and she cussed Chris out, right?
Why?
Then after I forgot why they had some kind of
Why X Y?
uh
Huh?
yeah, they had some kind of thing together, from pizza or whatever. I have no idea what it's over. And but she kept, she was playing her too. She was like, buddy, now you know you can't keep Crystal over here on a Tuesday, Women's Tuesday thing, right? Lemon and everybody need her over here so she can suck some more box.
Oh, oh my goodness! So Lolo went over there being
Oh,
really, really messy.
oh, she was funny. I mean, she was really funny. I mean, she also was trying to sound sincere. Like, this is a really neat thing to happen, right?
Uh
And
huh.
so Chris was getting so mad and angry because she just assumed it was only going to be her and Buddy on, together, alone. And
Uh
then
huh.
ZX came up. And then he started
Oh
playing his
Lord.
role. And he started saying things like, if you had babies with her. He just went into a whole story telling about if she was to have babies with him and how young he is and how old she is. And oh, he just went on and on and on and on and on. And she doesn't realize that people are playing her. And right there in her, she don't get it. She just don't get it. She's like, I was only trying to make sure that you and I still had a friendship, buddy. And after all of this, she wanted to know if they still could be friends, right?
Right, that's the part
And
that
he,
I heard. Now, when Sweetest Brown came up there, she was just like in disbelief. Like, wait a minute, are you serious? Are you serious? Like, what is wrong with you? I can't understand you. And I think that was her first time encountering her because if she had encountered her before, she would have known she's an idiot. But I just want to know when Buddy Lee said that he doesn't want her over there anymore. Did he sound serious or was he still in the play the easy
no,
voice
no, he
mode?
was serious. After ZX finished talking and talking and talking and got all of these scenarios of what could happen, you know, in a jokingly way, but still,
Hmm.
um, that's when, he said, I forgot the word he used, but in other words, you're banned from the chat, you banned from, coming on the panels, you banned from everything. I don't want to see you ever again, kind of a thing. And because he had asked her, he said, so after you leave me, you going back to Lemon? And she said, no, of course not. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go prepare myself and go to bed. And of course, she had this long story about how she prepares to go to bed, thinking it's very sensual, right?
Seductive or something, and it's just sounding gross.
Yeah. It wasn't sounding gross, but it just sounded like, she was trying too hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, but when it was time for him to tell her to go, I think she dropped off by that time. So I don't know if she heard what he said or not. I'm not really totally convinced of that, but he was serious when he told her not to come back no more.
Oh,
And ZX had said last week, I believe, he told her in one of his videos, stop playing in the black sector. That's not where you want to go. They are nothing like the B sector. They will eat you alive, sort of something like that.
So
But he
a
did warn her.
pretty big woman said once ZX came through twice, it finalized the relationship. Buddy and Krista are officially over.
I think they
And
were
where
over when he was playing those videos. I'm sorry. Because, and she didn't look sensuous when she was doing that bottle. She looked like a mad woman.
Hello, Queen Diva, Miss 313, and Collins, and T Danielle. Now,
Hi,
okay,
everybody in the
so
chat.
so did you go to Lemons last night?
I see. I was watching Buddy Lee after
Mm-hmm.
it was over, so I was
Oh, okay.
going between Lemons and Buddy Lee, and Lemons and Buddy Lee. Then Krista did her own live.
Oh,
Yeah,
but did
and
she,
it's
my question was, did she go over to Lemons? Because he asked
yeah.
her, was
She's
she gonna
still
go?
over there. She's still over
Girl,
there. She's talking to somebody I think named Ghetto or somebody like that, and he's trolling her too, and she's not getting it.
well, he's from the black sector, Ghetto Intellect. I think he changed his name to Ghetto something else, but Ghetto, it sounds like
Okay.
Ghetto Intellect. Oh, girl, you have got to be
Yeah, I mean
kidding me.
he's trolling her like it's like a cat playing with a mouse who has no
Mm-mm-mm.
sense of direction. I mean, he's like, I do feel sorry for her. I don't think she's an idiot. I just believe she's slow and she's not
Wow.
used to being. I think she's slow and she needs this attention because it's not good that she's getting.
Yeah.
Nobody's feeding her anything good.
Well, some people, any attention, they get, they just hang on to, they want, they think that it's good. So I believe you. I'm not saying I don't believe you, but uh, that's a lot. That is a lot.
That is a
So
lot.
thank you for coming up and giving me the story about that. Is there anything else that you want me to cover or want my opinion on or anything? Because let's be clear. Everybody knew that he was not taking her seriously. Well, I assumed that Buddy Lee was not taking her seriously. Hey, Coco, and he was just stringing her along and getting contents and having a nice, good belly laugh out of the whole situation. That's just my opinion. So, what I want to know is, are you what do you think about all okay, so that's content, but it's not real content, for at least for him. It could be real content to see her sit up here and pretend like these are real relationships that she's in, but I don't think anybody take these as real relationships. So okay, so I read in Lipstick Alley a lot of the things that were going on with dragons. I saw dragons video with the with her date, and I watched the Hood Table. I watched Miss T Velocity. So what I want to know is, now I hear that they have had various stories. First, Lemon was gay, and then Lemon was bi, and then Lemon wanted her to move out there to California with him, but then he didn't. And then Lemon was so infuriated that she was taking money for him, and she said that she's been dating this Cuban guy for a couple of weeks. And so, why are you mad? So you wasn't dating her. So why are you mad? And you got this guy and he has all this money. But did you ever say she was not homeless? So why would she not take money from anybody who was giving her money? So I'm pretty sure when you were collecting money for her from the beef sector, which you guys said was a play that you guys set up, I'm pretty sure guys sent money in that time too. And so all that time where he was like, send me the money and I'll send it to Dragon, that made 0 sense. So that should have keyed everyone into that was some bullshit, because Dragon had her cash app. Send me the cash app for Dragon and then I will cash app them to Dragons. So who did that make sense to? It didn't make
That
sense to
doesn't
me.
make any sense to me.
So
This is
now
my
it's
first
the
time hearing it.
Yeah, that's how he did it. Just send me the cash app and I'll make sure Dragons get all. Okay, so just like you made sure you got that $7,000 and you had a contract and all. So we know he's a big liar. So at what point is anything that comes out of his mouth believable? Uh, at what point are anybody sitting down trying to analyze, well, this happened first and this one said, I'm not trying to analyze nothing from someone who has come out here and lied profusely and constantly. I'm not going to try to make sense of any of that. Hey, Coco.
Yeah,
So,
it didn't make any sense for people to do that because you lose money in a transaction. So if people send
you
her
sure do.
$25 in a cash app and he's got to cash app her, it's only going to
Mm-hmm.
be 24. What would be the point of it? Then she's got to cash app the 24 out. Now you got 23 almost. It
Okay.
makes no sense.
Uh, so, um, you're up here, and I want people to cash app you. And I tell my chat, hey, cash app uh, for Soul Sister number one. Cash app me, and Soul Sister, I'm gonna cash app you everything that's cash app. And people, a pretty big woman send me $200. If you send me $300, and I say, okay, I got $25 for you. So Sister number one. We got a $10 cash app and a $15 cash app. You see what I'm
How did
saying?
he get the six
Girl, bye.
thousand dollars in his cash app? That could be it.
Yeah.
People might have bought her 3 bikes, as far as we know.
You know what I'm saying? It seems like a soap opera to me. It seems which one no telenovela soap opera on top of that. Well, I don't know. They gotten pretty good. I remember when they first came out, they were quite horrible. But telenovelas, that's what it seems like to me. Something that I don't understand, that I'm not going to try to understand, and it's just a mess. So I just can't. I read what is said about them and everything, but uh, that's all I can do.
Yeah, I don't know much about Dragon except what I've heard the last couple of days about her.
Me as
But
well.
yeah, I just don't envy anybody not having their own apartment or house. It's very hard to live day by day like that. It truly is. It's
Now,
very hard.
now, also on the hood tables, I heard you trying to make a point and keep getting stepped on. See, I found something very interesting about the hood table. Well, some of the people, not her, the hood table herself, but some of the commentary that was given about the hood table. See, everybody's a profession in homelessness, but they're hearing these stories from their friend who was homeless on the beach, and it's this and that, and shooting lovely loves lived experience down. But I don't know where they did that at, because the people I knew, see, what you are referring to is stories or lies that you were told, but you're trying to poo lovely love's experience. Because let's be clear, Lovely Love, when she first came out there begging for money. Lovely Love said, you better go out there and make that body work and make it do what it do. But now all of these highbrow motherfuckers are like, well, who's going to turn down money? If I say I'm going to get my nails done, I'm not going to turn down money and say, if they offer to give me money, you hoeing too. You hoeing too. So you hoeing on a different level, but then turn around and say that Dragons was acting too entitled. Dragons who helped him set off the whole channel, sitting up there all of these hours. And I think that, yeah, maybe she was acting a little too entitled because, if they agreed that he would give her $30 a month, I think that that was good. Okay, so you thought that it was good enough for him to send Dragons $30, and anything else she asked for was being too entitled. When he's sitting up here talking about, my YouTube check was $4,000 and I made $600 in cash out, but you turn around and say that the $30, if they agreed to $30, I think that that was good for Dragons when Dragons is homeless. But you sitting out here perpetrating, being some all of this and all of that bitch, and talking about you take some motherfucking nail money from a nigga who offered to pay for you to get your nails done. You see how this shit don't make sense?
No, it doesn't make any sense, and I don't understand anybody not understanding relationships between men and women. Uh, you can't understand. You can't understand two particular people who are in a relationship and think that you know what one should not do or should do because you don't know what their talks are like privately. You just don't know. You don't know what she
Exactly.
did for him. She said she was with him when he lost his brother while he was crying. That alone was worth $200.
you, you call. Yeah, she could have.
I'm
Well,
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just
I mean, like, dang, you was there for me in the clutch. Look, shit. Let me break you off. I got a little, and then the simple fact that something about, I don't know if he told her to pretend like she had a death in the family. Why? Okay, so we can't distinguish the truth from the lie, but okay, so why would he tell her that? Did he find that saying that was lucrative? So
I
I'm
don't
not
believe
clear
that
on this.
story the way he told it. I just don't. It had to
Now
be
I
a
didn't
whole lot
hear
more
him
to this
tell it.
conversation.
I didn't
Yeah,
hear him tell it.
what he's just saying everything that she said, and he was the good, altar boy. No, that's not right. Can't do that. Something might happen to my family if I say that. Yeah, now he's an altar boy because he's mad, right? But when
Child.
he wasn't mad, he was a dude with a thing in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
These guys, they like to play on women who they think that they can play on women. Not every woman can be played, but they seem to find the women that can be played on. Because even he said to her, you know, after everybody said what they said, I think he said something about he felt used or whatever it wasn't, people just made him say a lot of things that wasn't the way it was. Instead of him coming out saying, she comforted me, she was there when I need her, you know, um, I thought of her as a good friend of mine, not just somebody I picked up off the street and I'm giving her money from time to time. Because obviously, if he was talking to her for a long time, they must have had some quite good conversations, I would assume.
Girl, you would think so. You would think so. But the back and forth, and now I want to be Ness's from her. Now I want to be Ness's friend again. Hey, kind. Hey, deputy. Uh, Let me tell you. for him to try to go off on her. Okay, so she's in the room, so they don't know the Cuban guys in the room, because who would have thought the Cuban guy was in the room, because they were saying that she was on his live too, and she's dancing around on his live and doing the going down on the beer bottle and stuff, and then there's a glimmer of the Cuban guy in the room. And then at that point, he gets upset, and he's upset because the Cuban guy is in the room. Because why? Because you cared for her, and this, that, and the other. You cared for her, and the Cuban guy was actually in the room. The Cuban guy actually took her out to dinner at Benihana's. I mean, she the last we knew, she was living on the beach. The last we saw her, well, not the last we saw her, but one of the most recent times we saw her, she was totally looking like she was smoked out, cracked out, or whatever, with her hair half down, half taken up. But then the next time we see her with this dude who's taking her out to Benihana, she's looking human. She's looking nice. So now all of a sudden you are mad because you get a glimpse of him while she's what? Doing what? She's on your panel performing, going down on a bottle. But that's okay. But that's okay. As long as she's performing and slutting herself out to you for free. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
You don't understand what I'm saying? It's okay
No,
for her
I
to go
do.
down
No, I
yeah,
understand.
yeah. It's just I don't that's I'm
See,
saying what's
one of the
presented.
things that Lemon has already got it is that the more he cuss out people, the more cash app he gets. So by him going off like he does when one little thing happens, he knows he's going to get cash apps.
Mm,
It doesn't matter who he goes off at, and you can tell he knows the difference. He will never talk like that to Terry P because he respects her. So it's not like the guy don't know who to respect. He just knows who he can cuss out and
who
get
he
cash
can
apps
dis
from.
who
Yeah,
he can disrespect. Um,
yeah.
there's someone in the back. All I see is a straw that's looked like it's laying on some stairs. Uh, oh, that's a hypodermic needle. You can't come up, and as a matter of fact, you are banned from the studio. Bye bye.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness gracious.
hmm Yeah, idiots do that all the time. Hey, DC Kool Aid. Now, go ahead. So I don't believe any of this BS at all. So I just don't have much to give on it. I refuse to use any brain power on it to try to figure out which came first, the lie or the bigger lie. I just don't refuse to put any brain power into it. What in the
Yeah.
world? A click interview, child. They try that dumb shit all the time. Um, so DC Kool Aid and Lisa, grand rising to you. Now, it was one more thing. Oh, the thing about I know people who were homeless and this, that, and the other, and there's a big migrant crisis. There's a
Yes.
big migrant crisis, so there's not that much. All these Trump talking points, bitch. There's no migrant crisis in Florida because DeSantis had made sure that the migrants who are doing constructions can't even take a water break, bitch. They can't find no migrants to do the work in Florida. There is no big migrant crisis in Florida because all the migrants are self-deporting themselves out of Florida. So sitting up there with all these, and you got to realize it's a migrant crisis, and there's no money for the bitch. You're stupid. You're stupid. There is
Now
no,
there are many ways that people can become homeless.
of
I
course.
myself had to. I was homeless for um from September 16th to April. And the reason why I say I was homeless is because my home had a flood. So I had to stay in a hotel until my home was redone. That's called homeless. It was that hotel wasn't my home. I couldn't cook in it. I had to eat out. Um, I could only wash my clothes when I came home from work, and that was like 2:30 in the morning. That wasn't my home. So I say I was homeless because that's
And
how I felt.
the simple fact of this, is very expensive to be homeless. Well, if you're trying to stay in day stay hotels all the time, but we're not talking about dragons. She didn't stay in the hostel. Allegedly, she didn't stay in the hostel. She was on the beach. She was just sleeping on the beach. And how expensive is that? You have to eat out all the time. Just because you're homeless doesn't mean that there are not plenty of places who give out shower things, sanitary supplies, toothbrush, toothpaste, and all of that type of stuff. See, if you're homeless, can't even afford a room, what you gonna do? You gonna find out where all of the aid, the free food, what time you got to be here to eat lunch if you're homeless.
Hmm.
So I was just listening. Well, you wanted to make a point up there about what point did you were trying to make, and they just kept poo pooing you down and talking you down.
Well, when I left, I just put it out my head. If I can't, if someone is not listening to what I'm trying to say, or even understanding what I'm trying to say, and I realized there was no point of going on because whatever I'm going to say, it's not going to be received well. Then I don't think of that conversation again because it wasn't useful. If I can't make anything useful when I'm saying something, then I feel bad. Just like you, I like giving out information that I know about. If I don't know about something, I'm going to ask about something.
Right.
But I don't remember the whole conversation over there. I really don't.
Now, I want to get back to Lovely Love, because Lovely Love uh, was honest, and I like the way she explained why she went into homelessness, and it was like homelessness. And she said, I had kids, and I had to do what I needed to do, and this is what I did. And then for somebody to come up there and shit on her story about how she made a way and how she got out of the situation that she was in. Well, if you was doing that, that was some scuzzy club. There ain't nobody talking about no clubs in the 90s. Lovely Love was talking about clubs in the 90s, bitch. That's who was talking about clubs in the 90s. And I know girls, they don't do this, they don't do that, but you don't have a personal experience that you are willing to share, like Lovely Love was. See, all of this bullshit that was presented up there as fact, and no personal reality or days or life lived in the situation that is truly homelessness. Uh, uh, of course, if you're in a bad situation and you choose to tell people whatever you want to tell people, don't come on here talking about, well, what somebody told you, how it wasn't that bad when they was out there selling their ass. You guys, you hear these motherfuckers on here still selling their ass, still I'll take money to get my nails. That's selling your ass. Yeah, you're still out here tricking, but they want to
Not
make
to
you
mention
think they're
about
so grand. Oh, go ahead.
not to mention about most of the women. Some of the women who went to bed with, let's say, 20 guys in their lifetime,
Hmm.
but didn't expect any money from them. So they're supposed to be like saints.
No,
And so the
they're
women
not.
that got money for sleeping with 20 guys, they're considered dirty.
No. Well, they
So
are,
it,
but they are in some realm of society. But you have to live your life, and you have to get through the life how you have to get through life. I'm not shitting on nobody. If it was so bad, it wouldn't be the oldest profession known to man. Like, are you serious? So don't try to shit on somebody, and don't try to say that somebody is a lesser person, so therefore they deserve less and all this shit, while you sitting up here trying to act like you all that, and you taking money for niggas for incidentals and dumb shit. Well, this woman allegedly, if she is homeless, is actually living on the street, and you telling her $30 a month is good enough for her. See, that's the
Yeah,
shit I'm talking about.
I don't get how some women could actually tell another woman what she should not ask for from a guy. That to me makes no sense to me. If it's not your mother or your sister or your girlfriend, it's none of your business what she asks a guy to give her. And it's up to the
Uh,
guy whether he give it to her or not.
um, real news. Yes, I am the real news. The mammy thing does not apply to me. I'm not insulted. Try harder. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to read what she put up here. You want to read that out loud for me?
Ronnie Q, let the illegals come live in your plantation. Democrat House mammy. Ciao, bye.
Oh, so you just assume because they're illegals that they're Democrats, or
He just
that is not an
assumed.
insult because
Yeah,
it makes no difference. Yeah,
there's
it
there's
doesn't apply to us.
there's a
We don't
lot
have a
of
plantation.
things that is actually wrong with this statement, because everybody knows how I feel about this illegal immigration. So you think I give a fuck about this dummy coming in here? Ciao, bye.
And
Good
if
morning,
we had a
Cruiser.
plantation, we wouldn't be on YouTube at 7 o'clock in the morning. We'd be collecting money from our land.
Okay, so obviously I'm gonna have to do something about my mod situation. I am kind of sick of seeing my mods everywhere else, but here. But go ahead.
Um, not trying to change the subject, but on the matter of democracy and Democrats, I got a post that I put up early this morning. I'd like you to to see it, and it's about Elon Musk.
Go ahead.
It's
I was
about
going to talk about that today.
oh
Go ahead.
good.
Go ahead.
It's about what he's trying to accomplish if Trump wins. Right?
hmm
He will be control of the government, cutting
Of cutting. hmm
yes,
Regulations,
all
cutting costs and
exactly.
regulations. Something that
And
will
what do a
greatly
billionaire cut? Everything he thinks that is not needed.
everything that he does not use, like social
Yes,
services. So he's going to be in charge of cutting regulations and costs. So who do you think would greatly? Now he ain't trying to be over it. Trump said that that's what I'm going to put him over. He's not gonna have. They said, "Will he be in your cabinet?" He said, "Well, he's a busy guy, and he doesn't have time to be in the cabinet. But that's what I'm gonna put him over: cutting costs and regulations." So who's gonna benefit from that? Okay, so let's walk it back a little bit. So if you guys are not aware, Elon Musk in a lot of the swing states that are uh, maybe up or down for Trump, he is paying people $100 per person that they register to vote. And
no,
then,
that's 100. No, wait a minute.
no,
I think he
no, no,
said
no.
$43.
No,
Did
no,
he?
no. I thought that it has gone up to $100. It was
Okay.
$49. It was $49,
Okay.
right under $50. I remember that.
Okay.
The last thing that I heard that he's paying them up to $100 per person that they register. Because then he came back and he added this caveat. He said that every week, well, it's only two weeks left in the election, that he's going to give a person $1 million. So he's vowing to give away $2 million, possibly. I don't know if it's for every state, so it could be, it's like six swing states, so it could be up to 12 million dollars. That ain't shit for him. $12 million ain't shit for him if he is going to be able to free reign his business however he want. He can make billions of dollars if Trump wins off of this ploy. But let's
Mhm.
understand that all of this is illegal. All of this is illegal. Paying people to register, pay people to vote. This lottery, you have to sign up through his page or something like that to give away millions of dollars. All of this is vote what is this, voter suppression. All of this
Well,
are
well, CNN said um, early this morning um, how he cut the legal term of not being uh, legalized, um, whatever, getting in trouble is because he used the word referral. So he was saying, like, if you get a referral to have somebody register, you get this money. And so the lawyer
okay.
said this morning that that's how he won't be able to get in trouble because of that word he used.
Okay, so let's be clear. Okay, Bab said I knew I heard $100. It's $100 to register and to sign his petition. Okay, so it is $100 to register and sign the petition. Okay. Hey Z Sarah. Hey Voodoo, Babs. Thank you for coming in. Okay, so get mods. You see daily favor. I think the time you come on my they pose a problem for some of your mods. It didn't pose a problem when I made the mods. It's bullshit. Not for all of the mods, but I'm noticing some things. Good morning, Red Afro.
I like your honesty.
Hey, Buddha Bell. How are you? Now, so it's actually illegal. I have I have a clip. Let me find. So there are some lawyers who have petitioned the Department of Justice to act on this. So it really is. I don't know why. And the Department of Justice has no comment. Is making no comment on this right now. So hopefully they will actually act on this. So let's be
Well, the only
clear.
problem is that um, in politics, ward leaders give out people money all the time to get people to register to vote. It's just that they don't come out publicly and say that. It's always been something that not everybody is supposed to know.
Okay,
Elon
but
decided to make it public because he, like Donald Trump, believed whatever I do and say, I can do and say.
right, right, right.
But giving money out has been the way this country was built. I mean, that's just the way it is. You give well, leaders give their committee people money to go out and get people to register, and if you know somebody else that wants to do the same job, they get paid also. It's just not public.
Okay, hold on. I have someone in the back. Let me make sure. Hey, Babs,
Hey, it's me.
you want to join the conversation?
Yeah, well, I came up real quick to. Well, first, yeah, the thing about giving away money for elections. Remember when it was a whole huge to do when they had that whole vote or die campaign and were giving out T-shirts? Like Republicans
Yes.
had a problem with T-shirts being given out, but now you have Elon Musk giving out $100, and they don't have an issue with that.
Right.
Um,
Now, what was the $1 million for? I never got that. I don't understand that part. Why is he giving out $1 million to people?
he's essentially gamifying signing his petition and registering to vote.
Okay. Hold
So
on.
It's a
does that
Let
lottery,
mean you
like
have to have it?
Ronnie Q was saying.
hold on.
Does
Hold
it?
on, everybody. Hold on, everybody.
Okay.
Let's check this out. And let's get. mm, I haven't seen this, so I'm not sure what they're saying. But I was looking for exactly what I wanted to show you. That a group of
Elon Musk,
lawyers.
who's the billionaire founder of SpaceX and Tesla and the owner of X, formerly known as Twitter, announced that his super PAC, which is called America PAC, announced that he's going to begin giving away $1 million a day to people who register to vote in a battleground state and sign his petition.
So if you already believe in the Constitution, you're just signing something you already believe, and you can win $1 million. That's awesome.
The petition says that you support the First and Second Amendments of the Constitution, and Musk is casting it as a very common sense thing that people should very easily be able to agree to. The hinge point, the requirement, is that you be registered to vote in one of the battleground states. The issue with Musk's $1 million giveaway, according to election law experts I spoke with, is that it's illegal to pay people to vote or register to vote. And because the fine print of the petition that people are signing to enter to win the $1 million requires you to be registered to vote. Now, the experts I talked to said this kind of walks up to and just edges over the line, the legal line. It's a little unclear what Musk's attorneys and what the super PAC says about the legality of the giveaway. We've reached out to the PAC and have not heard back from them about it. The Justice Department has declined to weigh in about whether they'll pursue an investigation or bring any possible charges. But Musk has said that he'll continue to give out $1 million a day to people who are registered.
Okay, so that's all that I got on that. There has been a group of, I think they are attorneys that have petitioned the Justice Department to look into this, and they will not give a comment to any media outlet since they have petitioned them. So that's what I know about that. Now, when I was looking that up, he has given away his second $1 million to a young blonde chick, and she was on stage getting her $1 million. So that's all I can tell you about that. So hopefully there's some repercussions behind this because none of that makes sense.
And
Right.
the
There's
funny
a
thing
reason.
is
Oh,
that I'm sorry, just because you have somebody to register, they can register Republican in this race and still vote for Kamala Harris. Can't go into the voting booth with them. You can give them a registration, but that doesn't mean that they're going to vote who they collecting $1 million for.
yeah, that's true, but it also doesn't mean that what he's doing is ethical or morally
Well,
correct.
no,
You know.
it's not, but him and Trump think they can get away with every single thing they do.
But
Yeah, there's a reason they
but
waited
I
until
can't
now.
but I can't pass out water as people standing in line. I can't food, water, anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't do that when people are standing in 5, 6, 7, 8 hour voting lines. But you can't do that. Hmm.
Well, Pennsylvania, where I live at, our voting machines are like, um, I don't think everybody has our voting machine. and they are so awesome that it leaves so much less work for anyone who works in a voting um, board to do. I mean, we literally don't have much to do when it comes to counting votes. That's eliminated, um, or anything. All we have to do is make sure that their name is in a book and they have their ID and that they're eligible to vote.
Okay,
And
so
other, yeah,
Red Afro said, I believe that the deadline has passed for registering to vote in this election. No, it has not. It's state by state. Each state have
yeah,
uh, uh, their own things that they some states you can't register the same day, some you can. So it's a state by state thing. Maybe it just in your state. But let's be clear. One of the it's okay. What they're trying to do is they're trying to win this election about not allowing people to certify in different areas that they don't want, say like the Atlanta area where they Philly area, these areas where they feel that it's going to be a big Democrat win. So not all of Georgia, but if we can get Atlanta to not be certified, that's why they had three Republicans were added to the election board, and they initiated eight laws that they wanted to, and they did this. When did they do this? They did this in September, I believe. In September they said that they wanted these eight laws initiated, and then they took them to court about these eight laws because uh, they said that there was no way that Georgia could accommodate these eight laws. And one of the eight laws was that they must have somebody from the election, not the election board, somebody actually hand count all of the ballots before they took them to the machine to have counted. So there was no way, they had no system set up to do that. It was unreasonable to do that because they weren't giving any guidance. Even the so they weren't giving any guidance to do that. They didn't have any money to do that. They had no training to do that, and they had no time to implement any training to do that. So they took them to court. And what the judge found and how he determined his case was that it had to, whatever they were asking, these three Republicans were asking, it had to be a part of the election laws. It had to be a part of the Georgia Constitution. If you guys don't know, and in addition to the Constitution of the United States, each states have their own constitution, and it had to be a part of the American Constitution. And in all three areas that it had to be in, the Constitution, the American Constitution, and the state constitution, and the election laws, that mandate met none of those requirements. And the black judge who decided on that case also stated, I think I forget what Supreme Court justice, in saying that elections need time to make their to, if they're going to change any regulations, this, that, and the other, because it's such a tedious task, and this, that, and the other. So
Was
you
it
can't
Roberts?
expect. I don't think it was Roberts, but you can't expect them. I don't think I talked about it the other. I don't think it was Roberts. No, Roberts is no. I don't think it was Roberts. No, I don't know. Anyway, so he said that you shouldn't be tasked to change election laws close to an election. So I think they are appealing it. I think they're still appealing it. But
I don't
see,
understand how any state could not certify elections.
yeah, they can't. Different counties cannot certify the election. Georgia can certify the election with Atlanta or Buckhead. Well, Buckhead is not its own county. With a county not having certified their elections yet. So
But
if
what
they
constitutes them of not certifying elections?
Depends on the
the
state.
voter okay, what constitute is these uh, roadblocks that they're putting up, because I already told you guys that they have dispersed over 77 individuals to go to these states that are swing states, and states that they need to go to different precincts to find ways where they cannot certify some votes. So I had I was in Miss T Velocity chat yesterday, and this idiot Langston, where they started talking about the election. So this idiot Langston puts in the chat, well, if the election was held today, it would be so sad, because I saw some polls that were quite disturbing, and Kamala wouldn't win. So, okay, so you're supposed to be intelligent. So, when has a poll ever in the last 3-4 election been correct about who the winner of this, since Bush v. Gore? When have the polls been correct about who is supposed to determine anything about a poll? I told you guys the show right before my competition. I think I went live Saturday. There are polls out here, supposed to be major polls out here that are in Pennsylvania. They are showing Trump has such a large lead, and these are supposed to be reputable polls. But in these polls, they have taken out the whole precinct of Philadelphia. The whole is totally wiped from their county. Because why? Because they know Philadelphia is going to overwhelmingly be Democrat. And so they take it out of the poll. They stick this poll up. So you looking at this poll like, oh shoot, he's 7 points up. It ain't no even. I ain't gonna. Why bother? See, that's what these people are doing. You have to understand. People put polls up that are fake polls that have missing information. It's not about what the polls say. And for somebody who professes to be intelligent to come on here talking about what the polls say, the only thing you're doing in a sector of motherfuckers who more than too many say that they're not voting anyway, is to come up here and tell them what a poll saying that don't look good for a person who don't seek to be a dictator. The worst thing you can do is come on here and tell people your vote don't matter. That's what the idiot was actually doing, inciting what a motherfucking poll says. But I never heard him once cite how Trump said that he wished he had more generals like what's like fucking oh my god, what's
Hitler.
the dude? No,
The Hungarian
Hitler.
dude you talking about, right?
no, like Hitler.
Yeah, Hitler.
Oh,
Hitler.
hmm
How come you
He
ain't
wants
quoting
to.
that shit?
He wants our country to be more like Germany in the 30s and China now, and other countries who control their people,
Okay,
like Cuba.
let
can I
me
say something real quick though?
yeah.
Just really quickly. I
Mhm.
did my early voting earlier this week, right? When I tell you the lines at that precinct were longer than I've ever seen for early voting. And so
Oh
people are
wow.
fired up about this particular election cycle. I was encouraged by it.
Yes, that's
Regardless of whatever
Wow.
polling is saying, there are a lot
mhm.
of people who are engaged this election cycle.
But an intelligent person wouldn't come out here to a audience of people who are uninformed about voting, who are just have no education about what their vote could actually mean. I think that Trump won Florida by 12,000 votes in the last election. Even though he didn't win the presidency, he won Florida by 12,000 and some votes.
Yeah, every
I
vote
think that
counts.
was 11,000
Every
and something.
no, that
I'm
was
trying to be. That
no,
wasn't
no,
it.
no. That was Georgia where he told him
Oh,
you
you're
need 11,000.
right.
So
Yeah,
he
exactly.
Trump lost Georgia by 11,000 and something votes, and he got on the phone and told them, "I need you to find me 11,000
He literally said to find some
up
votes.
to the number, one more than I actually need." So and you got idiots coming out here telling you what a goddamn poll said. And
So
how wait a minute, hold on. How many times have anybody gotten a poll in the how many of you have done a poll about this election? How many of you? Put a one
I
in the
definitely
chat
haven't.
if you've done a poll. If you have been a part of a poll about this election, because I sure ain't.
No, because when I get emails and text messages about whom I'm voting for, I delete them and report them.
So
They're not knowing who I'm going to be voting for. It's none of their business.
so
You're not
prior
putting me
to
as a statistic.
prior to the 2016 election cycle, I used to look at sites like RCP or 538.com and stuff like that to look at what the poll results said. That
Hmm.
2016 election basically flipped everything up on its head. Those polls haven't been reliable for at least two election cycles, at least
Exactly.
two.
They weren't
And
reliable.
RCP and stuff I heard got purchased by conservative backed people. So RCP in and of itself isn't reliable any longer.
And I okay. See, it's unfortunate that people don't it's unfortunate that people don't listen when you talk, because they want to frame you as someone who doesn't know what they're talking about, and then they listen to buffoons talk because they're so impressed by little trinkets and all of this, and name brands and all of this, and these are the actual buffoons who are not giving anybody in this beef sector any information. And you have somebody who is saying out loud, you're not going to be able to say, oh, well, I didn't know he was going to do that. Who would have thought he'd done that? Let me Baps, you can drop down if you want to. I know you don't like to stay up too long, but if you want to stay up, you may want to hear this. Let's
Yeah, I
hear
was gonna
this.
listen to this.
Okay, so I'm going to drop his link too. There are a lot of young guys out here who are covering this election that you guys may not be familiar with. I am not going to play his whole thing. I'm using this under the Copyright Act, and I'm just going to play a little of this for you guys, and you can see the whole thing here. Please check him out. There are a lot of young guys out here. He got on. He started going to Trump rallies, and he just started asking them questions. And then when they answer, and then he'll just tell them, "Well, actually, it's not that way. It's this way." And he had a lot of these guys stomped. Now he has a whole channel. So let's hear what he has to say about what you guys are not being told, but it's out here in the wide open. Okay, let's go.
Today, I've been saying on the show for so long
Uh-oh.
that Donald
Let me slow it down.
former allies just confirmed the Hitler story that came out of the Atlantic today, and I've been saying on the show for so long that Donald Trump is so instinctually authoritarian that he can't even help it at this point. Whenever he's talking about the Constitution, he wants to rewrite it or terminate it altogether. Before he even was the president, he was saying that anyone who burns the American flag should lose their citizenship. Now he says that they should go to jail when that falls under the First Amendment, a foundational right. Every single time he talks about elections or our courts or the media, things that exist in our democracy as guardrails, he wants to tear them down. He wants to attack them. And now we have confirmation. I mean, we've known for a while, but we have triple confirmation that Donald Trump was praising Hitler while he was in the White House. This Kamala HQ post reads, Trump's former Homeland Security official, Kevin Carroll, says, quote, Trump admires Hitler. He frequently said to senior staff, why don't my generals support me the way that Hitler's generals supported him? The man quotes Hitler, and it's not as if he's accidentally quoting him. When it's brought to his attention, he says it again. Of course, Kevin Carroll is referring to Donald Trump saying that immigrants are, quote, poisoning the blood of our country, which is what Hitler said verbatim back in the 40s. And Donald Trump uses his entire platform to talk about immigration in the same way that Hitler did. But with 2 weeks to go, we have no time to waste. This is an important story, so make sure you drop a like, drop some comments to boost it, subscribe. I love you guys for being here with me. And right before I play this clip for you guys, I just want to show you one of my favorite articles maybe on the planet. This one reads 24 former Trump allies and aides who turned against him. And this article is a little bit dated, but it perfectly highlights the way
Ron, are you still there?
Thank you. It was 24 that he's pointing out. Now it's over 111 of his former staff who feel that way. He said that this article is dated. Okay, let me. I just need to give a little commentary in here before I continue.
that Donald Trump's entire cabinet fell apart and they all said he has a childlike understanding of the world. So no person in US politics, certainly no recent president, has such an expansive list of high-profile allies turned enemies. Just to name a few. One, his VP, Mike Pence, said, quote, the American people deserve to know that President Trump asked me to put him over my oath to the Constitution. Anybody who puts himself over the Constitution should never be president. His second Attorney General, Bill Barr, who is spineless and has flipped back, said, quote, someone who engaged
You still muted.
So Bill, it keeps muting me. So Bill Barr, his second AG, he said this, but now he has flipped back to supporting him. So what does he want out of this administration? Because he knows that what Trump has been saying, that there are many enemies of the state here. That he looks as people who don't support him as enemies, and he's going to go after them. He said many people think I should, so yeah. So that's just a way that he didn't say no. So Bill Barr is like, well, let me cover my ass on both sides. So let's see what Bill Barr said about it.
And that kind of bullying about a process so fundamental should never be near the Oval Office. His first Secretary of Defense, James Mattis, said, quote, Donald Trump is the first president in my lifetime who does not try to unite the American people, does not even pretend to try. Instead, he tries to divide us. His second Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper, said, quote, I think he's unfit for office. He puts himself before the country. Mark Milley, shout out Mark Milley, seemed to invoke Trump. Quote, we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We take an oath to the Constitution. And this was only a few weeks after January 6th, of course. Rex Tillerson said, Trump's understanding of global events is limited. He has a limited understanding of global history, which makes it hard to communicate with him.
Okay, let's go forward. So you get the gist of it. So now John Kelly, his chief of staff, let's see what he had to say about his close quarters.
Shiver down the spine. And John Kelly also said that Trump offered private praise for Hitler's generals. He confirmed this story. And in 2021, Donald Trump's spokesperson denied that the former Republican president had ever made positive comments about Adolf Hitler. More than 3 years later, those denials are increasingly difficult to believe. Just to recap the story, Trump has frequently voiced his disdain for those who serve in the military and for their devotion to duty, honor, and sacrifice. Former generals who have worked for Trump say that the sole military virtue he prizes is obedience, loyalty. As his presidency drew to a close, and in the years since, he has become more and more interested in the advantages of dictatorship and the absolute control over the military that he believes it would deliver. Quote, I need the kind of generals that Hitler had, Trump said in a private conversation according to two people who heard him say this, as was the case 3 years ago. Now, General John Kelly, a decorated general, decided to go on the record and support this claim. Quote, Kelly told me that when Trump raised the subject of German generals, Kelly responded by asking, quote, do you mean Bismarck's generals? He went on, quote, I mean, I knew he didn't know who Bismarck was or about the Franco-Prussian War. I said, quote, do you mean the Kaiser's generals? Surely you can't mean Hitler's generals. And he said, yeah, Hitler's generals. So he has said on multiple occasions he wishes his generals were more loyal, like German generals and even Hitler's generals. And let's go back to the main video that I want to show you guys. Trump's Homeland Security official, Kevin Carroll. This is a video that you guys can send to your Trump supporting family members or friends. Also, this article, I'll leave them in the description below. Make sure you drop a like while you visit down there.
He certainly might have. I mean, he frequently said to senior staff, why don't my generals support me the way that Hitler's generals supported him? And of course, Hitler's generals, for the most part, did not support him. They tried to assassinate him several times. But just the fact that the president would think of himself, the fact that President Trump would think of himself in the same sentence as Hitler is a terrifying thing. The man.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. So this is it's all of my things are like 15. All of these clips are short. They're kind of like 12 to 15 minutes. Okay, so what do you guys have to say about that? Hey, Choreo Lover, good to see you.
Well, MSNBC said last night that one of the things he's also going to attack is all the news people that spoke against him.
I have a clip. I have a clip of that. He said he talked about ABC, NBC. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm.
So the only news outlet that there might be is the ones that he provides the American people to hear, just like Russia.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't want you to hear something, you're not going to hear it.
Yeah,
And
Russia has its own state-sponsored media.
yes, they do. And I'm afraid of all the journalists that's going to be politically jailed, imprisoned. People, regular citizens who may say something to the wrong person. You know, it's not a good thing to even think about of how limited we are going to be if he wins.
Okay,
My
so
oh,
go
sorry, go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say my own thoughts about the video. Since he first ran for president, and hearing the different things he would say about particular groups of people and things like that, I would say he sounds like one of those populists back in the 30s who were trying to alienate particular groups of people. I'm trying not to say certain things because I don't want your channel to get flagged or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Who are trying to alienate, like otherize basically specific groups of people in order to garner support. And so I'm not necessarily surprised that he finds some sort of admiration in that person and in the way that he felt like that person's troops admired him. That's what I say.
Okay, thank you. Now, Kavanaugh was the Supreme Court justice that black judge quoted in why you cannot change the rules for certifying elections in Georgia. Thank you, so bomb. Thank you. I was like, I said it. It was Kavanaugh, Brett Kavanaugh. Yes.
And I haven't been watching any D-sector commentary or anything like that really for the past few weeks or so. So I don't know if you spoke about it or not, but I'm pretty sure you did. Did you see for that town hall that he did? Well, he did like a town hall or something with Univision.
I talked about yes, I talked about it. I showed the side by side response to his answer. Did you see the town hall that he did with Harris Faulkner in Georgia?
No.
Okay, so this was supposed to be a town hall meeting, but these are people who are Trump loyalists. These are group. These women have actual.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that mess.
Yes, even one of them had on a RNC delegate hat on in the audience, and they showed and they were actually putting on the event, but then they decided to pretend like it was an authentic event of women who were coming to see if they could support Trump. No, these women were actually sponsoring the event, and they went back on their Facebook pages and they changed it to we are going to, instead of we will be hosting. So let's be real clear. They're lying in plain sight, and all of this thing about they changed her answers, and how dare they change her answers, and CBS ought to lose their license. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I don't know if I have that clip keyed up. I want. I want you guys to see this though. Hold on. Okay, let's talk about the McDonald thing. Okay, so we all know that he went to McDonald's and he worked the fry. He worked the window, and they said that he wanted to see how other people worked and this, that, and the other. So you know that McDonald's was closed down. That McDonald they did it was closed down that day. So it wasn't like he was working with anybody. It was like a movie set. And then they went in there and they did a practice run and this, that, and the other. And then they had who come through the drive-through. Not just regular customers. No, these were Trump supportive customers who came through the drive-through. But there was a little bank there when they actually had media there. So let's be clear. This McDonald franchise owner has had so many pickets at his McDonald's because he refuses and he outwardly says that he does not believe that the minimum wage should be raised. He doesn't feel like he should pay his employees more. So when a car was at the window, Donald Trump's at the window, the press is on the other side of the car. Somebody in the press asked him, well, do you think that these workers should be paid more money? And he said everything but an answer. If you think these workers should be paid more money, I'm going to let you see this right here. Okay. So this was in Pennsylvania. And then he goes to North Carolina. After that, he goes to North Carolina and he stands with the same, I think he was a senator. I think he was a senator of North Carolina. He stands with him, the same senator who had to come out and make a statement that he was lying about them not getting federal FEMA support. What does he do with this senator who had to come out and tell him that in North Carolina they were actually getting FEMA relief? So he goes to North Carolina. They close off the highway. People who are on their way to get the little gas that they have, they're able to get in the state, to get the resources they get. People are going to insurance offices trying to get claims on their lost houses, and the whole highway is shut off because Trump is in town. Why is Trump in town? Trump is in town in North Carolina after working allegedly at the McDonald's to get a pen from the same senator or whatever he is, a congressman. He's a congressman or a senator or a senator. He's in town to get a pen, a McDonald's little pen that says that he has successfully worked the fry machine in McDonald's. That's why he's here. And this congressman or senator says, well, I own some McDonald's franchise too, and I'm here to give you this pen for the fry machine. Now you got people who are trying to survive, who are trying to put their lives together, and I want you to look at the backdrop of which he's standing in front of. Have you guys heard about this?
No,
I
that's
haven't heard
news
about
to
this,
me,
but
but
this
I'm
is
not familiar.
infuriating.
Okay, so let's
Yeah.
hear about this. Okay, let's hear about this. Okay. Okay. I think this is it. Yes, this is it. Okay. I'm gonna drop the link for this so you guys can watch it in its entirety. But let's hear a little of this.
Donald Trump's closing message in the 2024 election is as follows: I am psychotic. How psychotic have I made you, America? I will talk about the genitals of golfers. I will call Americans the enemy from within and say, I will send the military against Americans. I will stand on stage and quack like a duck, but say frack, frack, frack. and I will just see how far can I go. Have I turned America into Trump land where nothing makes sense anymore? Or, on the other hand, do Americans still value patriotism, law and order, embodied in Vice President Kamala Harris and a bipartisan coalition of law-abiding, constitutional-loving Americans that are assembled to fight for democracy? The contrast could not
Oh, come
serving
on, come on.
customers who are not customers because it's orders.
Okay, here we go. Here
Orders.
we go.
Her friends have said she works at a McDonald's, so McDonald's, which is closed down for.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I forgot the best part of this whole thing. Why did he even go to a McDonald's to act like he was a McDonald worker? Can you tell me?
To mock Kamala Harris.
Kamala.
Because he said that she did not work at McDonald's because she didn't put it on her application to for attorney general. Like you gonna put your high school job on your fucking resume to be the attorney general. This is why he's saying she's lying. She never worked at McDonald's. That was the whole point of this McDonald thing. And you have just gone. Your house is in the river. You don't have any gas. You don't have any fresh water. You trying to go to these stations where you can get some supplies, some water, some flashlights, some batteries, and this motherfucker got the highway closed down to get a motherfucking McDonald pen and to tell you that FEMA ain't doing nothing for you. Okay. Okay. So here we go.
We will break it all down here on the Midas Touch Network. Brett and Jordy, let me bring you on. Along with that, stunt after stunt, Donald Trump goes to a McDonald's, which is closed down for the day because he's been lying that Vice President Kamala Harris did not work at a McDonald's, even though she did work at a McDonald's, and her friends have said she works at a McDonald's. So he goes to a closed McDonald's. He pretends he's working the fry machine, and then he pretends he's serving customers who are not customers because it's closed. They're actually his supporters in this staged event, and they pretend that he's, working the machines. Then he goes to a devastation area in North Carolina that was impacted by Hurricane Helene, where a MAGA Republican Congress member awards him the Best Fry Server Award and gives him a pin where he celebrates winning in a devastation zone as he shuts down the highways in North Carolina so people couldn't pick up their medication. They couldn't visit family members. First responders couldn't go where they are going. This is the state of the 2024 election. The state of, are we psychotic or are we Americans? Brett and Jordy, those are the stakes, fellas.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he's
Let me
we
move
said
up.
this for months.
Let
He's
me-
going to get crazy.
So
He said that people would go into the locker room who would compete with Arnold.
Okay. Now this is the Arnold Palmer story. The last day that he has to present what he's going to do for you, he's telling you how long Arnold Palmer's schlong was. You can't make this up. This is what he's talking about. And okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me. I want to get back to the McDonald's story. That was just a side note. Okay, let me get back to this. Let me get back to his statement with this senator. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back. Okay, I want to get to the senator. Okay, hold on one second. Bear with me, please. This congressman. I want to get with him actually talking with this congressman. Okay, hold on. Here we come. It's coming up. Here it is. Now, notice something is quite similar about him and this congressman. Look at the head area. Okay, here we go.
This is the quickest way to
Hold on.
power your home endlessly. Thousands are generating
I got
an
a
almost
commercial.
endless supply.
hiding because people, your followers, are trying to kill them and threatening them.
Oh, let's not forget. They had to call FEMA out of service because there was a person with a pow out there looking for FEMA workers. Oh, let me go back just a little bit. This is a part of this in North Carolina. Okay, here we go.
Other people, and that could stop people from getting life-saving care. Trump things like disasters. We don't usually politicize that. Donald Trump said that all of the aid was going to migrants, and that's why people would not be getting aid, and that all they would be entitled to receive is $750, which is 100% false. We had the head of FEMA PR, the main communications director of FEMA, on here, who explained in detail all of the programs, that the $750 is just an immediate kind of no questions asked payment, just get you money right away. But then people were entitled to all sorts of relief to make sure that you get the emergency aid that you need, the long-term aid that you need, things to rebuild your business, things to give you immediate relief as well. There's a huge package of relief that people were entitled to, but Donald Trump was spreading lies. So people didn't even know that they could get these things because Donald Trump was preventing the accurate information from getting out, also preventing, quite literally, medicine from getting in, aid from getting in, people to be transported, because Donald Trump, rule 101 in these emergencies is you do not make yourself the story if you are distracting from emergency relief. That's why like President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris don't immediately go into disaster zones. I'm sure they want to be with the people, but they have an entire team of Secret Service and other people, and that could stop people from getting life-saving care. Trump doesn't give a crap about people. When will you learn that? Because that's been his entire life story. He doesn't give a crap. I mean, we showed you video just even last week when Donald Trump was giving a speech. I think it was also in Pennsylvania, and there was no air conditioning, and people were screaming, medic, 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 because there was no AC, and he was just kind of watching them, and that's when he was like, you know what? While you all are suffering, let's listen to the YMCA and let me bob my head while people were screaming, medic, turn on the AC, because he doesn't give a crap about people. That's a microcosm of it, but it's everything he does. So Donald Trump goes back there today and he creates a mess. Roads are shut down. Highways are shut down. People are like, what's going on? Why can't we get to where we need to go? Trump is in town. And what's he doing? He holds this press conference and he's asked a question about, hey, you realize that because of your lies, people who work at FEMA are in hiding because people, your followers, are trying to kill them and threatening them. And Trump's like, well, they should know how people feel about them. Here, play this clip.
President Trump, an armed gunman was arrested charged with making threats against FEMA workers 2 Saturdays ago. FEMA had a safety stand down because of continued.
Were you talking?
President Trump, thank you, Babs, an armed person was arrested because he had a gun hunting FEMA workers down. You hear what this man told him. An armed person was arrested hunting FEMA workers down, and they had to go into hiding. Okay, so let's hear what he has to say about that. An armed person. Okay, let's go. Also notice the rubble that he's standing in front of. He's in North Carolina. See the man on his right? This is the congressman that bought him there to collect his. You did a good job. You did a good job on the fry machine. Okay, so we got all our people in place. Okay, here we go. I ain't gonna interrupt no more. I gotta interrupt sometime to get commentary so I won't get struck. I still may get struck, but anyway, here we go.
Incredible threats. Is it helping the recovery effort in North Carolina to keep making these claims that FEMA's not doing their job?
Well, I think
Is it healthy for you to come to North Carolina and say that these people are not doing their job? That is the question. Okay, here we go.
You have to let people know how they're doing. If they were doing a great job, I think we should say that too, because I think they should be rewarded. But if they're not doing, does that mean that if they're doing a poor job, we're supposed to not say it? These people are entitled.
Okay, we're supposed to let them know it, but if they're not doing it, well, you supposed to not to tell them what they're doing? No, he said a motherfucker had a gun hunting down FEMA personnel. But you ain't said nothing about that. We're supposed to tell them if they're doing a good job or if they're not doing a good job. Now look at this motherfucker on his right. You already had to come out and let the public know that FEMA was fully funded and they had plenty of assets there for the people affected by the storm. But you brought him there to give him this fry pan, and then he stands up in front and tells the lie again, and you stand back there like a fucking bitch. Okay, excuse my language. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
To say it. And these are honest people behind this. If FEMA were doing well, they would be saying they did a good job. They're not, for the most.
And these are honest people behind us. If FEMA was doing well, they would tell us they were doing a good job. But see, they asked you about the motherfucking gunman. And the man behind you did come out after you said that shit. And then look at him looking to the side because you know you came out and told them. But you're going to let him say that you are honest and if they were doing a good job, you would have told them. And you know you already did tell them that. But you such a pussy that you wanted to. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Most part, political people. For the most part, they're not political people. But you've obviously seen nothing but very bad statements coming out about the job that FEMA and this administration has done, having to do with this area, North Carolina as a whole. And by the way, other states also, they're also complaining. But look, a lot of the money is gone. They don't have any money. They have to have a meeting in Washington, a special meeting in Washington to get money. It's all gone. They've spent it.
Okay, you know why they have to have you? I just want to say, why is that, Babs? We on the same page. Why is that, Babs? You know why they have to have a special meeting? Go tell them, Babs.
Because Trump and his administration cut FEMA funding.
And when they went back in to put more money into FEMA, it was shut down by the Republicans in Florida and a whole lot of red states. They would not give FEMA more money. That's why.
Probably that weird looking dude standing behind Donald Trump too.
And also in Florida, Mike Getz is demanding more money, and his vote was no on giving FEMA more money. But now that he wants more money for Florida, that's why. Okay, let's continue.
On illegal migrants, many of them are murderers. Many of them are drug dealers. Many of them come out of mental institutions and insane asylums, and many of them are terrorists. And they spent money to bring these people into our country, and they don't have money to take care of the people from North Carolina and other states. So, I think you have to be able to speak. Does that mean let's not talk about it? Because by doing that, they'll do a better job the next time. It's very important. Yeah, one more question.
Yeah, everything he said there is absolutely false, including the fact that these are not political people. You quite literally have MAGA politicians standing behind you, who, by the way, when they were not behind you, had to post that FEMA actually is doing a good job. Here are the resources that you're entitled to. But now they're there giving you awards for spending 5 minutes in a closed down McDonald's. But this is what Donald Trump does with everything. He politicizes everything and tries to rip us apart, divide Americans against themselves. And then he's always like self-referential. You see all of the reports out there. They're reporting on the false stuff that you are saying. And then Donald Trump goes, well, I'm just citing the reports. The reports are the lies that you and MAGA are spreading. And then you're like, I'm just a reporter. I'm just out there just saying what's out there. No, you're the one spreading it. You are the main source of disinformation. And let's just say what it is. Lies that kill people. You kill people every day, Donald Trump, with your lies and with the things that you do. So also Donald Trump.
Okay. Okay.
Have you ever considered at-home
Hold on.
needling? This is
Now,
Pierre's.
have you seen the black representative that Trump is touting out here as Trump supporters? So to get our black vote. So I found it quite curious. These people he decided to bring out here. Let's go.
Sent to people. It clearly does to tens of.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I did find it. I was looking for the thank you for doing a good job on the fry machine. I couldn't find it. Here it is right here.
What award, might you ask? An award for Donald Trump being the best employee to use the fry machine at McDonald's based on Donald Trump's PR stunt there. Yes, this is MAGA Republican Congressmember Chuck Edwards giving Donald Trump a fake award for using a fry machine. Play this clip.
Offered because, you know, I also own McDonald's restaurants. I know that you perfected your skills behind the counter a day or so ago, and it was my honor to present President Trump with the French fry certification pin. So thank you so much for being here.
And they just chucking it up, chucking. Look at the devastation behind them, and look, look at this shit. Go ahead. What do you guys say about this?
I'm gonna hop down after I say this, but I've been in the aftermath of a particularly impactful hurricane before, to where we would literally have to sit there and go to stations to be able to get water, you know, and ice, because there was no electricity. No stores were open and all that sort of stuff. And I'm thinking, if I had seen or heard about a politician having a whole ceremony to get a pen because they sat on behind a dang fry machine for 5 minutes to mock another political rival, I would have been incensed. And so I don't understand how people in those areas still support that man. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. And it's nonsensical. You know, it's insulting.
It really is, and it's nothing funny, and they're yucking it up like it's a joke.
Yeah,
thank you for coming
there
up.
like you said with the you know, you probably noticed by now I don't really cuss, but they are those words you said plus some.
But wait a minute, Babs. I just real quick one last thing, last clip. I want you to see about these black men who he's pulling out.
Okay.
All right, real quick. Okay, here we go.
On stage knowingly to be her surrogate than anything. Speaking of which, at Donald Trump's speech, one of the things he always does to try to show that he has support, specifically, I have support in the black community, he'll always say, is he'll bring somebody on stage. The most recent one is like Antonio Brown on stage. He previously brought Lawrence Taylor on stage in Wildwood, New Jersey. Now, Lawrence Taylor is an ex-football player, has been, who actually pled guilty and is a registered sex offender for pleading guilty. And he was recently arrested on a felony warrant. I mean, a registered sex offender is a surrogate who Donald Trump brings on stage to brag about having the support of black men. And have you even heard that being talked about other than maybe by us when that happened and perhaps a few other independent media outlets? Could you imagine if Vice President Kamala Harris just once, yet alone consistently, brought sex offenders on stage knowingly to be her surrogates and then said, look, I must have a lot of black support because Lawrence Taylor supports me? Well, Donald Trump brings Antonio Brown on stage. And just a reminder, former Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown defends exposing himself to women in a hotel pool. Antonio Brown settles a sexual assault lawsuit with a former trainer. Former NFL star Antonio Brown arrested for allegedly failing to pay child support. He went through about $80 million he ran through before becoming financially in deep, deep trouble. And then he also he was kicked off the Bucs after a shirtless tantrum and defended his conduct there. So I guess he makes the perfect Trump surrogate right there. Oh, and guess what he's there to do? Sell things. The MAGA coin. Have you heard about the MAGA coin, everybody? I kid you not. Antonio Brown, everybody, play it.
Shout out to the MAGA coin and the greatest president coin going, a MAGA coin.
Is there any other president coin, not presidential, president coin out here?
No,
Nope.
because the rest of them actually have like respect for U.S. currency and
And
the U.S. government. But
they're
okay,
the rest of them are coming from the mint, not coming from China where he's having them minted up. Let's
right.
let's be clear. Okay, that's all I wanted to have you see, Baps. I dropped the link.
That's what he believes black men are, though. He doesn't
Hmm.
have a problem with an Antonio Brown or a Lawrence Taylor because in his mind, black men are criminals.
Because he's one. He's
Yeah,
one. And I mean, like he's in their whole he's in he has been convicted of SAing uh a woman and has to pay her over $100 million. Okay, that's the funny part. He thinks that these men will appeal to black men because of who they are, and it doesn't matter that they wasn't didn't pay child support, shitted off $80 million worth of wealth because that's normal to him. That makes sense to him because that's who he is. Not just,
true.
but he think that black people will relate to some dumb shit like that. That's all I want. What do you guys have to say about that?
Remember when he
Because
said that? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, that's okay, sweetheart. Okay,
I
I was
was
just
gonna
gonna
say he was
say.
Oh, sorry. We still talking over each other.
I know that was funny. I like that. I was just gonna say the scariest part is if anything happens to Trump while he's in office, we have Vince to deal with.
Yep.
And
He's a
what
lot more scarier than Trump.
a lot more scarier. He
Yeah, that
I
man is a
played my
mental state.
where has he been? Where has he been? As a matter of fact, where has
Probably hanging upside down in a closet like a bat or something. That dude is crazy.
mhm.
Well,
Yeah,
what happens with Trump is he will hype you up enough to be by his side forever until the next best thing come along,
but
which
the thing
happens to
about
be Elon Musk at the moment.
But
So
the thing about it is, you know, a lot of people are there's a lot of reports saying that he is showing signs of dementia. There's a lot of reports that saying he's soiling himself on stage and everything. There's I didn't even bother with those reports, because we're used to him having sentences and phrases and rallies that make absolutely no sense. So that is normal. That is his new normal right now. But what if they vote him in and if he's really ill? And then who do we have? JD Vance. So and they have tucked him totally out of sight. So let's be clear that Waltz is all over the place, but you don't see nothing of JD Vance. And that's the second. That would be the first that comes up after him. So it's really scary.
well, he don't need Vince right now because he got Elon. And to Trump, money counts, money talks.
Because Vance, because people didn't like Vance. Let's be clear. Because all of the news around Vance has been negative, and it has only been negative because it has been the truth about him. So they have tucked him away, and they brought out their shiny. Everybody like rich people. Oh, it's Elon Musk. Everybody like rich people. Even Pizarro say she got a Tesla, a child. So, you can say that the Tesla plant calls black people niggers all up and down, all so many suits about the Tesla supervisors in this Tesla plant don't do anything about it, and all these lawsuits, but everybody want to say they got a Tesla. So, it is the shiny object. Hey, Film Noir. Hi, everybody that came in. So,
Now,
that's all I mean.
did Elon do that space thing? Is he the billionaire that got the spacecraft?
Yes, yes,
Him and
yes.
Bezos, yeah.
Well, I wish he put Trump in it for a while.
Let
And
me
just get them up there.
let me hop off of here though. It was a pleasure talking to y'all. I
Oh,
haven't
Babs,
been
I'm
around
so
because I
glad
ain't
you're
trying to
here.
look at the whole. Oh, sorry. What were you saying, so sister?
I said, I'm so glad I met you up here. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. I haven't been looking at the whole B sector content and stuff because stuff getting it's
Yeah.
just yeah, it's just that.
I
But
and you know, with all of this real shit that's going on,
Exactly.
do you think I'm gonna sit up here and play in this bullshit that they are presenting like it's supposed to be so important? No,
yeah,
that shit
I
ain't
can't sit
important to
here and
me.
listen to that when there's literal the situation in Israel and stuff going on. You got people in Florida and North Carolina and Georgia devastated by hurricane. I can't listen to this. I can't.
Yeah, but get go on and get down because I'm going to show you a clip. I'll look for your response in the chat.
All right. Bye y'all.
Bye
All right,
bye.
thanks for coming up. So now I hold on. Oh, let me go back. Hold on. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I got too many windows open. I think this is it. Okay. Okay. So we talked about the going to Florida. Going to Pennsylvania, and that's your state.
Uh-huh.
So you didn't help him out on the fry machine or anything like that, so he can get his certification pin in North Carolina.
I was trying to find my bus ticket to get out of my state.
Now you see that guy in North Carolina said, "I own some McDonald restaurants." So it's the like speaking to the like. So I'm gonna this is was some secret. This was a secret clip of Donald Trump actually working in the restaurant. The news just showed him standing in the drive-through window, but there was some secret footage that was released of him working in the restaurant. Y'all want to see it? Here you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. All right. So that's some actual footage.
That was funny. You must
That
send
was
that to me because I'm gonna send that around everywhere. That was funny. Made me laugh without me even knowing I was gonna laugh.
Yeah, so
Damn, that
I
was
thought,
funny.
yeah, we need a good laugh after that actual reality about that. So
You know
yeah.
who taught me how to make politics a little less serious? That was the guy that was on the Daily Show. I can't believe I can't remember his name. Trevor. Trevor. No, yeah.
Oh, Trevor North. Okay, I thought you was talking
Yeah.
about what's the first one? The real the originator.
The one that came
Was
back.
it John? Yeah, him.
Stewart. Yeah, he
John
came
Stewart. I
back.
was finna say Stewart, but for some reason I was like, no, that don't sound right. But it's John Stewart. Okay, so
Yeah,
I
Trevor
don't
makes
know.
you.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know
Go
if
ahead.
you guys know that Michigan is one of the battleground states, and President Obama was in Michigan, and Eminem was one of the celebrities that was also there. So did you see that?
I saw a clip of it. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing, and I don't know much about Eminem, believe it or
Okay.
not.
I've never been
But
an Eminem. I've never been an Eminem fan, but
yeah,
I don't know. I just never been an Eminem fan. So I think I was kind of over the scene of rap. I maybe a couple of songs. But let's check this out.
So I don't usually get nervous. But I was feeling some kind of way following Eminem. And I notice my palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, vomit on my sweater already, mom's spaghetti. I'm nervous, but on the surface I look calm and ready to drop bombs, but I keep on forgetting.
Okay, so that was him. That was him singing talking some lyrics from "Lose Yourself." So I thought that was sweet. I mean,
I
cute.
was hoping that Lizzo did a song. I like her singing.
I'm not
But
a fan. I'm not a
you're not a
fan, but
fan?
no, I'm not familiar. I'm just not a fan at all.
Yeah.
Hey, straight out of story for content. I don't. Now, Donald Trump. What is this? Oh, now, see, I just want to educate. I'm just trying to educate you guys right now. I want to. Let me see. Where are you guys? Oh, I'm an Eminem fan. I think I was out of the rap thing when Eminem came around. Eminem, one of my boyfriends in my head. Dr. Dre is my boyfriend in my head. That's my baby daddy, even though I don't have no kids. But
That's okay. Mine
that's
was Cool J. What's his name?
LL.
Yeah, that was
LL.
my. Yeah, he was
Hmm.
my husband, my baby daddy, and my lover on the side. I just forgot to tell him.
Yeah, we forget this. Now, I want to share this with you guys. So, I know that even now, a lot of people are unfamiliar with Project 2025. So, I just want to present this with you guys. I'm gonna drop the link. I'm not gonna play a lot of this. Black men read Project 25. Now, these are black men who may have heard a little bit about it, but hold on, let me get through this commercial. Oh shit! I always do that. Let me get through this commercial. Okay. We asked black men to read Project 2025. Okay, so this is some of the things that they are reading, and let's look at their response to what they're reading. Okay. Let me drop the link. I want you guys, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but it's a couple of them that I remember. You get the gist of this. It's a black professor at UCLA, who thought that it would be a good thing to have these brothers go out and read Project 25. So I'm going to skip forward in this. Let's go. Let's see what this brother's reading. Okay. What portion he's on.
Of Project 2025, and I've read inserts of Project 2025.
No, I haven't. Actually, I haven't heard about it at all.
No, I haven't heard about it.
I just heard Project 2025 was something that wasn't for us, or something to try to eliminate us slowly but surely. I could be wrong, but I know it ain't nothing good for us.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hello, my name is Tyrone Howard, professor of education at UCLA. What I'd like to bring to your attention are some of the concerning and disturbing aspects of Project 2025 that we in the Black community should be concerned about.
Federal education policy should be limited, and ultimately, the Federal Department of Education should be eliminated.
outrageous. That's just complete nonsense.
There's no clarity here as to what this really means. Are we eliminating resources? Are we eliminating things? And who is this being eliminated for? There's already a shortage of resources that young Black kids get. What are we going to do if we don't provide the same education resources for everyone?
I think Project 2025 is something that's going to set us back about 20 years.
Wow. I don't think enough people are educated on just how bad this 2025 thing is.
Watch why Japanese people eat
Oops.
white rice.
Rice is pure glucose.
Hold on. Let me get through this commercial, and I'm gonna show you one more piece that they. Okay, this is the one I want to show. This guy right here. Yeah.
It's not just Black history, because you can't. Black history is just not Black history.
Racism are now being eliminated, which to me is erasing a core part of our history.
Black history is just not Black history. It's actual the history. It's the history. It's not just Black history, because you can't go back in history and not find Black people.
You're trying to erase the history, but you're not willing to necessarily erase the legislation that holds us down on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, so if you guys remember, I showed you a clip last week when Trump was on the show Fox and Friends. It's a morning show, and one of the hosts says, so you want to eliminate the Department of Education. So what do you mean by that? You mean for like if a school, some liberal school wants to say, hey, this nation was built on slavery, on foreign land. He's like, no, they won't get a penny. They won't get any money. So, and then you have a Black host of the show, the one Black host of the show, who's sitting right there and says absolutely nothing. But that is the fact on how this country was built. That is the fact. So you had him sitting up there saying absolutely nothing, while the host said, do you mean say like some liberal school? No, that is the history. So what they said right there in your face, that they will not teach the actual history of this country. I mean, it's just mind-blowing. So go ahead. What do you want to say about that?
I was going to say, you're familiar with Jamie Crockett, right?
Who?
Is it Jamie or Jasmine Crockett?
Jasmine Crockett.
Okay.
Jasmine Crockett.
Have you watched any of her performance in all the hearings that she does?
Oh yes. Oh yes. I always watch her.
Okay.
Okay. Let's look at.
Yeah, I didn't want to forget that part. Go ahead.
Let's look at one last thing. Page 583 in equal employment opportunity. Let's see what these gentlemen think about this when they read this.
In a position where it's almost impossible for them to win.
The next administration should work with Congress to amend Title VII to prohibit Equal Employment Opportunity Commission from collecting the EEO-1 data and any other social classifications in employment for both private and public workplaces.
What this means?
He misread that. It didn't say social. It said racial classification in employment for both private and public workplaces. It didn't say social. It said racial classifications. So let's be clear. He misread that. So they want to eliminate that.
Social classifications in employment for both private and public workplaces.
What this means is that we will no longer have protections in the workplace that prevent discrimination, racism, or unfair treatment of people of color.
Wow. Oh yeah, we can't have that. We can't have that at all.
Egregious, overwhelming, outrageous, unfair. That's how I describe it.
May I speak candidly? It's basically a handbook for slavery.
I think that we need to vote, get out, and spread the word to make sure that this.
Okay, so there you go. I dropped the link for that. I think you guys I think it's 12 to 15 minutes. It's not a long video. But if you want somebody to I don't know. I'm just here giving information. That's all I'm
This
here
would
for.
be a whole white world in America. It will be the death of our generation to come, and they won't know what it was like before they were born. There won't be anything left to remind them of.
I love it, but at the same time, I'm disappointed in these men because why are you just looking at Project 2025? Because they didn't know what was in it. Because they didn't know what was in it. See, everybody is not plugged into what's going on in this election. Let's keep it real. A lot of people are not informed, and they don't think that they have to be informed because not being informed all these many years that they haven't been informed, it really didn't matter. But they don't know that what these things that Trump is trying to enact, his agenda, they don't know that. So I'm just here to spread the word, and I hope that you guys spread the word. It's just simple as that. You can't beat them up for what you don't know. You can beat them up for what you know. See, once you know, you cannot go back to not knowing. Once you know something, you can never go back to not knowing it. So that's all I have to say about that.
Fear when it came to Black people during slavery. Do not teach them how to read.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Teach us how to read means freedom.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Bravo. So yeah, that's now you who remember the question that they asked Kamala about her supporting prisoners having gender reassignment surgery. Who remember them asking her that? During her Fox her sit down with Brett Baer on Fox News, and that was one of the questions that he asked her, and she said, "Well, I support any law that's on the books and this and the other." So they tried to jam her up, saying, "Oh, you want people to have." You've heard Trump, if you've been listening, you may have heard Trump say she wants to give sex change operations to prisoners. He said that in the debate. He actually said that in the debate. Do you guys remember that?
No, I don't remember that long.
Yeah, he said that in the debate, and on when she sat down with Brett Baer, that was one of the questions he asked her about. So, okay, so let's look at this. I'm just trying to give you guys information. I ain't got a lot to say. I a lot of people don't trust me for some reason. I just try to give you information. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's share this.
Deep breath. Cancer.
Hold on. Let me get through this commercial. Long ass commercial. Hold on. Okay. Oh, another one. Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me go back. Okay. So, you heard what I said. You can go back. You can go back through the debate yourself and see it for yourself. So let's listen to this real quick.
Millions on political ads in battleground states, including Vice President Harris, of support. The Trump campaign has spent millions on political ads in battleground states, including Vice President Harris, of supporting taxpayer-funded transgender surgeries for prisoners and migrants. According to NPR, such ads have run more than 30,000 times, primarily during NFL and college football games, events with high male viewership. The problem? It's a policy that was actually carried out by the Trump administration. A new report by the New York Times finds that, and I'll quote from it, Trump appointees at the Bureau of Prisons provided an array of gender-affirming treatments, including hormone therapy, for a small group of inmates who requested it during Mr. Trump's 4 years in office. In a February 2018 budget memo to Congress, Bureau officials wrote that under federal law, they were obligated to pay for a prisoner's surgery if it was deemed medically necessary. Legal wrangling delayed the first such operation until 2022. The paper continues. Transgender offenders may require individual counseling and emotional support, officials wrote. Medical care may include pharmaceutical interventions, which includes cross-gender hormone therapy, hair removal, and surgery, if individualized assessment indicates surgical intervention is applicable. The statement, in part, reflected guidelines that officials in the Obama administration released shortly before they left office. The most significant change the Trump administration made in the treatment guidelines after it took over was the addition of the word necessary.
Okay, so the Obama put the guidelines in. So shortly before he left office. So this did not happen in the Obama administration. But it did happen in the Trump administration. Now they're trying to blame it on Kamala Harris. Okay, so let's be clear. It's not like they didn't know about this being under the guidelines and in the budget, because when they read through it, they added the word necessary. So it's not like it was the same. So they tried to say, well, it has to be necessary. It has to be a necessity. So you added the caveat of necessary to try to make it more difficult, but you knew it was there and you knew it was going on in your administration. Let's finish this up.
Which created a higher but not insurmountable barrier to federally funded surgeries. In an email to the Times, the Trump campaign said the former president has never forcefully advocated for transgender inmates to be able to get transition surgery. So, Joe, another example of rank hypocrisy from the Trump administration, as well as more disinformation.
Was it a Trump policy? They actually looked at that policy and added wording to it. So it's not like they didn't know they had that policy where prisoners can receive gender affirming care. Trump policy.
They sent these documents to Congress. They sent them to Congress to talk about gender affirming care that prisoners may be able to. You know, I watch football as well as you, Jonathan, and I have seen these ads run non-stop. I've got to say, it's up to the Harris campaign to actually. And I'm glad we have somebody from there, communication director from the Harris campaign, to actually
I'm sure he's happy to be here.
Push back. So let me ask you, Michael Tyler, 30,000 ads. 30,000 ads showing Kamala.
Okay, so I'm going to drop that link for you guys here. And if you guys want to see what the representative from Kamala has to say. Who remember in the debate that he tried to slam her with? She wants to provide sex change for people in prison. Yeah, look, come on.
That had to be so hard for her to stand there, and listen to him speak. I don't know how she did it.
Yeah. So this man can't stop lying. Okay. Yes, I remember. Thank you. Thank you, Regina M. Yes, I remember Trump saying it about Harris, making it easier and possible for prisoners to get gender reassignment. It is a lie. Yes, it is a lie because it has started under his own administration. And you saw the paperwork where they were going back and forth talking with Congress about it. And then the fact that they just added the word necessary to something that they knew that they were funding themselves. Period. Oh, excuse me. Period. Obama wrote up the legislation shortly before he left office. So therefore, the legislation had not passed, or was, I don't know, maybe it was some legislation that he had written out. But we're clear when it started. So that's all I wanted to give. See, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. Okay. Now, I told you
Wait a minute, Ronnie. It was nice being up here with you, but
you got to
they're
go.
about to shut off. Yeah, they're going to shut off our water at
All
10
right.
o'clock. And
Go
I have a
ahead.
few things I have to do. Thank you
All
for
right.
having me, sweetheart.
It was a joy. It's not
Okay.
illegal to provide false information. That was a blatant lie. Okay. So let me see. I told you guys about Oklahoma. The guy who's over the school board is saying that every classroom in Oklahoma has to have a Bible, and the Bible has to be the King James Version. It has to have a leather bound. It must have the Constitution, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the Bill of Rights in this Bible. How many? Where do you go to buy those types of Bibles? That Bible in schools is supposed to be a separation of state and church. So where is it where you can find this school Bible that actually has the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Pledge of Allegiance in it? You can find it at Trump's website, where he's selling them for $60 a piece, which was going to cost the Oklahoma School Board over $3 million. Okay, so now he's being sued. The head of the schools, what is it? What is it? What do you call him? Whatever. He's being sued. So there's that. So it was a joy. So there's that. I'm not gonna play it for you. I'm just gonna drop the link because guys know I spoke about this. I couldn't get into the intricate details of what's going on with other bullshit. So I'm gonna drop that information for you right there. If you're enjoying the show, please hit the like button and please feel free to super chat the host. Yes, the superintendent. Yes, thank you. So Bomb, I used to think you were a dummy, but it seems like you're not. It seems like you're kind of intelligent. Okay, so okay, thank you for your comment. You can have your opinions, but what facts are you basing this opinion on? Hmm? What facts are you basing this? Is always good to have a dissenting voice in the chat. Can you remove him? My only mod here today, Corey Lover. I appreciate that. Because while we can have dissenting voices, you have to support them with facts. Just plain dumb. Because every time I'm like, what? And then here you come, Kavanaugh, that's a superintendent. Okay. Oh, there's another mod. Very Carey. Very Carey is a reliable mod as well. Okay, so hey, Khaki Baron. It is good to see you. Carrie Berry's like, excuse me, I'm here. Excuse me, I'm here. Okay, so I'm going to trim down my mod list at this point. Um, I appreciate my mods that show up, and that's it. That's all I got to say. Um, Let me see. What else do I have? Okay, so he's getting sued. I showed you guys that. Now, what about that young 18-year-old who was followed by 4 or 5 grown men when he went outside in his mother's neighborhood to simply use his cell phone, to call his girlfriend. They lived in Florida. It was after Milton, and they were getting sketchy phone service. So he was walking around his neighborhood. It was a high-end neighborhood that he lived in with his mother. Understand? Okay, so he goes outside and he's walking around, talking to his girlfriend, and then all of a sudden he turns around and he's being followed by all of these men. And then they actually walk up to him. Are you from around here? What are you doing? You don't belong here. Do you belong here? He's like, yeah. Well, do you live here? He just told you he belonged here. Well, do you live here? It's a simple question to ask. Well, why are you over here harassing my wife? Now, so the mother, he turned on his camera. He rightfully so. When he saw all these guys, one guy was even on a bicycle, and they're asking him all of these questions because we live here, we belong here. Okay, now you're back. You should stay your ass up here. I may or may not let you up. No, I'm just kidding, Babs. Hey, Grand Rising Outspoken. Look at Babs. She got something to say.
But yeah, I got something to say about this one. That pissed me off when I saw that video.
Go ahead.
It's just the audacity of those men. First of all, since when do you have to have permission to walk in any neighborhood?
Any neighborhood.
It's not private dang land. So what authority did they think they had to question him in the first place? Secondly, they didn't like that what was he, 18 years old, that he was basically challenging their authority and not really answering them, giving them non-answers, being kind of flippant with them. And so you saw the one dude who went to his car, right?
And that's the one who got fired from his job. He worked for some I don't know if the equity company was actually in Britain, but I know he worked for some private. You dropped off, Corio. He dropped off. Okay, let me see what you're saying. Ella Fuchsia. So Ronnie Q, you say you don't agree with all the illegal immigrants being here. So your solution is to vote for more of them. Child, make it make sense. Okay. I'm not here to make anything make sense to you. I said what I said, and the borders need to be fortified and enforced. That's what I said. So anything else that you want to think I said or mean, I don't give a fuck. Okay? I said what I said. Francis Thibodeau. Okay.
But yeah, that whole video had so many echoings to the whole Emmett Till situation. It was jarring. Like, you had this young boy who you're accusing of basically whistling at your white wife. And so now you want to sit here and follow him and go to your car for a weapon, and potentially could have ended this young man's life over some BS.
Yeah, and
he deserved to lose his job, and he deserved to be incarcerated.
Yes, he does. And let's be clear. And then the wife came up with all of this. Yeah, well, my husband didn't point a gun in his face like his mother said. No, but you did. You were unable to say that you're. And we don't know that the wife, we didn't hear him say that. We clearly saw him pull that car up, get out of the driver's seat, run to the back passenger seat, and then a man stopped him and was grabbing him so he could not turn and walk up on that guy again. So he was like a good, maybe a house and a half away from the guy where he pulled up, and the guy just kept walking. So okay.
He certainly didn't walk up on him and pull up on him like that so he could pray with him. So I don't
Okay.
care if it was a pow or not. It was something that could have
And
injured that young man.
she did not even deny that. She just denied that he didn't put a gun in his face. She didn't deny anything else about the gun. If somebody accused my husband of putting a gun in my husband don't even have no. My husband didn't have no gun out there. What the fuck? No, she didn't deny him not having one. Let's be clear. Okay, so let's see. The dude got fired. Let's see the clips. If you guys haven't seen the clip, do you want to stay up here to see the clips?
Yeah, because I want to talk more negativity about them people.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me get to the beginning. Now, let's be clear of what happened to Emmett Till. Emmett Till was accused of whistling at a white woman. So I'm going to give you the link. This is the link to this video that I'm about to share with you. Please subscribe to him. I like his commentary that he give on political stories, and they're not really serious. He's real lighthearted with it. So, but he gets his points across and real clear. Okay, so here we go. Let's share this video with you guys. Do I have the share on? Nope. Here we go. I think you know him too. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put my copyright banner up for a second. I'm using this under Section 107 of 1976, Fair Act use purposes of news reporting. I'm just going to play a little of this for you, and please go over and check this out.
Wait a minute. Why would I want to live in Florida? Black people's votes go right in the garbage. All right, we're moving to Florida.
So in this situation, yeah, he could probably just explain to them what the situation is and that he lives here. But the reality is you don't treat anybody else like that.
Why would I want to live in Florida?
The qualifications from us wherever we happen to be. That is how microaggressions become actual real life aggressions, which you see right here.
Wait a minute. Why would I want to live in Florida? Black people's votes go right in the garbage. All right, we're moving to Florida.
So in this situation, yeah, he could probably just explain to them what the situation is and that he lives here. But the reality is you don't treat anybody else like that. And that would tell you that this behavior is okay. So the next time me or anybody else happens to just want to walk the neighborhood and talk to their girlfriend, you feel fully within your rights to demand these kinds of qualifications.
You're muted.
Where your papers at? Are you a freed man? Is you supposed to be out here, nigga? Where your papers at? Where your freedom papers at? That's what Rashad Ritchie always say when people walk up to you and ask you, do you belong here? It's kind of akin to black people always having to have their freedom papers on them to actually prove that they are entitled to be where they are. Okay, so what do you have to say about that?
No, I agree. And then also this is akin. Also, it brings back a reckoning to that whole Ahmaud Arbery situation. You remember that? The guy in Georgia who was running in the neighborhood, yeah, and then ended up getting shot. So yeah, we we want to sit here and make it so that people have to answer to people who might literally end their lives for nothing other than being present.
And see, what Reese Waters? This is Reese Waters. If you are not subscribed to Reese Waters, he gives great insight on just all type of political and trending topics. So he's good. I think he is actually a comedian by trade or something like that. But yeah, he does great commentary. So he was saying that, I guess people can say, well, he could just have explained it's a storm and I'm out here. He didn't have to explain none of that.
Right.
He didn't have to say a word to them. And we haven't seen how ramped up they were. So let's watch and see how he was approached by these grown men, 18-year-old.
For my existence.
We're just asking a question. You live out here?
We're just asking a question. You live out here?
They just left off the word boy. Because that's what just asking.
Mm-hmm. So we're just asking a question. You don't have the right to ask me no questions. I'm walking down the street. You have no rights to ask me shit. But go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead.
You're part of the neighborhood. Does that mean you live here?
And he said, I'm a part of the neighborhood. And then the man repeats, you're a part of the neighborhood. Does that mean you live here? What else does it mean? Babs, what else does that mean if you say I'm a part of the neighborhood?
And next thing they would have said if he said he lived there was, well, where do you live? And I'm like, why are you entitled to know where my house is?
Where's your house? Where do you live? Show me where you live. Exactly. Right. Okay. So let's continue.
It's simple. Like, bro, what? Live here. You went up to my wife.
Bro, I didn't go up to your wife, bro. Now, granted, I don't have.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. You live here? That's the third time that I was asked. And then after they already know he lives there. After he has already said he was a part of the neighborhood, so they got to change the questioning up. Why did you go up to my wife? Now the guy said that when he was walking down the sidewalk, there was a lady in her garage, and he said hello. Is that immaterialish enough to you guys? Now you got all these grown men. Let me tell you something. Why you go up to my wife? Okay, let's continue.
Of full surveillance footage of the last 24 hours of this kid's life, so I can't declare with any real certainty that he did not go up to your wife. What I can say is that if he in fact did go up to your wife, it seems like you got some people on the case. So I don't know why you felt like the 10 speed and the flip flops and the lime green shirt were needed. I don't understand your behavior, and the behavior of everybody else, including his behavior, does not lend itself to that's a real thing that happened.
I don't know what you're talking about. And I think I can walk around my neighborhood. You live here. Yeah. Right.
Now he said, I think I can walk around in my neighborhood. And then you hear, do you live here? Do you live here? I heard that 3 times after he said, I think I can walk around in my neighborhood. But I hear, do you live here? Do you live here? Do you live here? Did you hear that, Bats?
Yeah. And what they wanted was for that young man to scrape and bow to him. And to explain and justify his whole dang existence. And it's like, you are not entitled to that. You're not entitled to anything. You asked me one good time whether or not you don't even get to ask me anything, first of all. If you felt like something happened that was inappropriate with your wife, you can call the authorities and they can handle that. Exactly. You don't have any sort of authority over me. But yeah.
Okay.
You gonna keep asking me the same question over and over and over and over and over. This man following me. This is harassment, right? That's harassment, right?
This man is following me asking me the same question over and over and over. You haven't answered me yet. We clearly heard him answering him. We clearly heard him answer. What, I can't walk around my own neighborhood? I live here. Yeah, but you haven't answered me yet. Trying to actually make an excuse why he is following this man who
Right, why
already
they
has
continue
answered
to
him.
engage him.
Now the guy on the on the bike, they have his information as well, and so he is on suspension from his job. He is pending in an investigation. We're going to see what happens with him. So they got his name off of people turned him in and shit, and they're on his
Can I
ass too.
ask a
So
question, Ronnie Q?
yes.
So what you're telling me is that if that man on the bike were to go to his job and they were to ask him, "Do you belong here?" he would have to answer no because he's kind of suspended. He wouldn't have any authority to be at work.
Exactly.
Okay.
So he's probably walking around the block more than this black kids walking around the block. But right about now, because
Or
he's
riding on his 10 speed.
riding on his bike for a real reason. Okay, let's continue.
That's harassment, right? I think what you did to my wife. Yes. Look. Father.
I think what you did to my wife. Yes. So. Okay, so what is he gonna accuse him of doing to his wife? Let's see.
You read it?
The level of entitlement is absolutely insane, and they know exactly what to say. Throw out an allegation that nobody saw, nobody has verification of, cannot be proven, and doesn't make sense in the context of the evidence that we in fact do have. Very well done. Historically, that's worked extremely well. Now, the development issued a statement Thursday saying it's working with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office investigation of the incident that has gained national attention and wants everyone to feel safe there, saying, quote, "It is deeply important to us that everyone feels safe in the communities they call home. We're taking this matter very seriously by working diligently with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office as their investigation is ongoing." That was from Taylor Morrison, a company statement attributed to a spokesperson. However, that statement seemed to not necessarily jive with this piece of video that we saw.
Okay, so this one right here. This is the guy who worked in finance who was fired from his job. So let's pay attention to this fucker, this sweaty fucker. Now you see the white car in the background, right? With the door open. He couldn't even close his door, and he's following this dude. Angry. How dare you be in our plush neighborhood? We moved here to get away from you. Let's call a thing a thing. Okay. So I hear that the houses in that area are upwards of $900 and some thousand. Okay. So of course it's automatic that he does not belong here. Okay. So this is their thinking, and this is what it is. Okay. Let's go.
That does not lend itself to everybody, quote, feeling safe here. You know, Steve was mad when they said his legal name. You know he was mad. He like, bro, like how you just gonna use my legal? Now I can't even do nothing racist. You know what I mean? Like I was fully committed to the racism, and now you got my name out here. Like,
oh Lord, I didn't want to play too much of this. I get lost in this commentary, but oh shit, I'm gonna go back to her later. I think they just that's it on him. I think that's it. Now they go to I think that's it. But oh damn. So if you guys want to Google that, check out you're gonna have to Google. I thought I had it the whole thing, the whole encounter with these guys. But that was the update that the one in, let me see. No, this is the update about that racist. That's the update about that racist judge who was calling black people N-words and how she hate this one and forget Black Lives Matter and blah blah blah. And she was reported, and none of her. Okay, wait a minute. I think we got more. Oh, we got more. Here we go.
the time and energy to feel this way after a hurricane is quite high.
What's going on, buddy?
Nigga, brother. He in my head.
I don't know if you're going to be able to take home the prize for Racist of the Week. However, this is a particularly competitive one. Our second nominee, Michigan Judge Kathleen Ryan.
Okay. I don't have the whole. I thought the whole clip was on here. I apologize.
Her
It's
chin is
not.
alarming.
Her chin.
Yeah.
More than her chin. You guys got to watch this. I dropped the link in here. If you
I
guys,
heard what you said about her. That's why I commented on that lady's colossal chin. I was being rude.
oh my God, she has said so many disturbing things. She was turned in by one of her employees. He said she used to call him all times of day and night, had no respect. And they actually had an update on her that they found recordings of her saying, fuck them, they can't do nobody to me, and can't nobody fire me. And the only way they're gonna get rid of me if if I lose an election and this, that, and the other. And she was so smug in what she was saying, and I can do anything I want. And she was smug because the judge over her was reported. It was reported to the judge over her, and she did absolutely nothing. So it's not like she was wrong for feeling that way. She knew she could do that because she could do whatever she want with impunity. So now there's a whole investigation about her, the people who were actually over her, who actually did nothing about this. So if you want to see the rest of this story, here's the link to the chat. Here's the link to the video. So Reese Waters, he does great commentary. So I'm surprised you didn't hear about that one, Babs.
Yeah, I hadn't. I didn't even know about his channel, so I'm gonna have to subscribe to him because he seems like he gives good commentary.
Yes, he does work for a UK. It's a UK not finance, like a stock.
It was a finance company.
Yeah, a stock company or something like that. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. You're right. You're absolutely right. But so many people can work from home and all that type of stuff. So yes, he definitely did. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, Bab. So that was some other stuff that I wanted to. Let me see. I think that's it.
Yeah, I just wanted to say mean things about the racist people. That's all. That lady looked like if she turned her head too quickly, she could commit assault with a deadly weapon. So she needs to focus on that and not trying to denigrate other people. That's all.
Yeah. So it's a lot going on. So I've been looking at some real stuff going on, and yeah, that's
I'm
it.
just glad that young man didn't end up getting hurt because that was where that situation was headed. He could have been another Trayvon. It's horrible.
Let me see if I can find the real footage because we need to see this dude get out of his car. Let me see if I can find that whole without the commentary.
And he was real mad because he used that. You know how when some white dudes get real upset, they'll sit there and call people buddy. Hey, buddy. Like, what is that? What are you doing?
Yeah. Let me see. I don't see it offhand.
Oh, and did you see where the wife was communicating with somebody in messages and said, well, the young man was walking aggressively?
No, I didn't see. I saw a couple of her. I saw a couple of the things that she wrote, but she definitely said, try to, my husband is not a bad man and he didn't do this and he didn't do that. Yeah, girl, bye. We saw the video. Yeah. So she said something like, she definitely tried to put something on him, but
she said that boy was walking aggressively.
But
what does that even mean?
Yeah. Okay. Let me see.
And he wouldn't answer their questions. He didn't have to.
Maybe I had to say.
I know they had it all over TikTok. I don't know where they have it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's where I saw it with all the comment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, let me see. Okay, I think I get the whole thing right here. Okay, let's share this. Okay, I'm gonna share this. It's a I think this is a TikTok video as well. Okay, yes it is. Okay. I'm using this as part of fair use. I'm gonna give you the link to this channel so you can go check this out yourself. I think this is a more complete video of this story. So let's check it out.
A young black teen simply taking a stroll in his own neighborhood gets harassed by a group of white men who even pulled a gun on him. What do y'all think of that? Now, let's break this down. Imagine this. You're just walking around where you live, minding your business, and a group of strangers comes up questioning you like you don't belong. And on top of
this
that,
isn't even
one of
showing
them
it.
pulls out a gun. It's 2024.
I
y'all.
apologize. This
with-
isn't even showing the incident. It's showing, I don't know why it's showing that woman's face. Nope, I can't find it. I can't find where that Reese Waters, that's the one that I showed you today was the update. So he actually had it when it first happened, and it actually does show the whole thing. So if you want to see the whole thing, go over to Reese Waters. I dropped the link in the chat. So yeah, so that's all I got on that one.
Yeah,
You there?
thank goodness it didn't. Yeah, I was just gonna say thank goodness it wasn't as bad as it could have been, and thank goodness at least some of them people are being held accountable because usually they don't.
Exactly, and it was quite swift how it took how it happened too. It was really quite swift. So I'm glad that it happened swiftly.
Right.
So is that it for you, Babs?
Yeah. Yep. That's it. I'm about to hop back down. I have to find my words. But all right.
All right. I appreciate you coming up, Babs. Babs came up with the quickness on that one. Yeah.
Sure
So
did.
and I think
have been incensed about that for a minute because you know why, because of course it was a horrible situation. So yeah. As soon as I saw you start playing it off, like I gotta get some sort of opinion on that one. But yeah, let me hop back down.
Yeah. Now, and that is another point. The young man kept his cool and de-escalated the whole situation because they had no he gave them nothing. He gave them absolutely nothing. He didn't give them nothing to do at what they were doing. And why does it take a whole posse of people? And why were you the last one who come up talking about what you did to my wife? The other people were already on him, and then here you come running up what you did to my wife. You walk. What he said. He said you walked by my house like 4 times. Okay, so what is that doing to your wife? That's what he said. You walked by my house about 4 times. That's what he said. He did. That was the only allegation that he had about what this dude did wrong. Let's be clear. He ain't say nothing else but other than you walked by my house 4 times.
They felt like they could sun that young man. They felt like they could prove that he didn't belong because he was a young black man. And like I don't want to say the person's name wrong, but Kantasi, like they said, he kept his cool, de-escalated situation. He had the hubris, of course, that comes with being a teenager. But either way, he was a lot more rational than those so-called adults, those so-called grown behind men. So salute to him for
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, so thanks for coming up and having this conversation with me, Babs. I greatly appreciate you.
Thank you for giving me an outlet to be mean to racist people. Shoot.
Hey, everybody needs one.
Yep.
Everybody needs that outlet.
But
All
all right.
right. Bye-bye. All right, guys. So, like I said, maybe a week and a half ago that I will be talking about I will be talking about what I'm going to be talking about. This is what I'm talking about right now today. Tomorrow it may change. If I see some real stuff that's worthy of talking about, I may talk about real things. I'm not with the fake BS that's going on in these YouTube streets right about now. I don't have time for it. I don't have the patience for it. I am not putting energy into it. It is what it. Oh, you know, I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show. Oh, somebody sent me a Cash App. I wanted to thank the person who sent me the Cash App. I'm sorry. Uh, I want to thank MLL are the initials for the Cash App. Thank you so much. I'm so sick of the beef sector at this uh, moment. Right now, this is more important. Exactly, exactly. And all the intelligent people are so engulfed in the lie stories, and all the intelligent people have absolutely nothing to say about the election until it's going to be too late to register to vote. So, hey, I'm out here. I'm here. And everybody's going to act like, oh, this is brand new. Maybe I ought to change my channel name to Ronnie Q News because, somebody got to do it. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great day, rest of your day. I'll see you around the YouTube street. Thanks a lot for being here. Hit the like button on your way out. Oh, one more thing. Okay. Maybe I'll say that for tomorrow. Okay. All right. Have a great day. God bless you and bye bye.